Hi, welcome to Ken's Games Collection and a pickups video for February 2021. What really amazes me about when I do these pickups videos is the stuff that I can find out in the wild over the month of February. And I went to a secondhand store here in Brisbane called Pennywise, and I came across two original Xbox games. Both were advertised for I think $6 each, but when I went to the counter, they were only $3 each. So that was a really nice surprise, and I was so happy to be able to find it because, to be honest with you, it's so hard to find Xbox games, original Xbox games out there in the wild, along with Master System, Mega Drive, GameCube, Super Nintendo. It's all that old stuff that I'm trying to hunt down, and to be able to pick up two original Xbox games was really cool. And the first one I want to show is actually The Incredibles. Now, my nephew and niece back in the day had this on the PlayStation 2, and we played that a lot on the PlayStation 2, but I knew that if I was ever going to get this game, it would have to be on the Xbox, because let's face it, the Xbox graphics was way better than the PlayStation 2's, and that's why, you know, it's been something that's been on my wish list for a while, but it's very rare to find it out there in the wild, and this one doesn't have a manual, but that's okay. But it's great to actually finally tick one of the games off my wish list, so to speak. So I was really happy to find The Incredibles, and there is the another game based on the end of this movie. I forget what it was, the mole cutter or something, whatever it was. I'm not too sure. But if I can hunt that one down, it'll be another great addition to the library I've got behind me. Now, this one I do know about back in the day. I think I played a bit of it and didn't mind it. And it's Van Helsing, which I think is very similar to the Devil May Cry series with gameplay. So this one was complete in $3 for both of these games. I can't remember if it's a really good game or just an average game, but for $3, it's sitting there, and now it's got a good home, I guess you could say. But yeah, I was so happy with that. One of my favorite movies, man. This movie really surprised me with Hugh Jackman. I didn't know much about the Van Helsing character, and when I started researching it, it was like an old guy in the Dracula movies. But this was a fantastic movie by, I think it was Stephen Sommers, who did The Mummy and The Mummy Returns, which is why it's got such a fast-paced action movie. But yeah, to hunt down the movie, it was great. The game, I'll have to play it and get back to you on that one. So another game I picked up for the Xbox, and this actually completes the trilogy of games I've been hunting for over the last few years, and picked up the Tasmanian Tiger for $29, which is probably the average price, because I looked on eBay, anything under $29 would be a real bargain. Most of these games on eBay, even on the PlayStation 2 and the GameCube, sell for like $35 upwards. So this one is actually complete. Everything's in there. The disc is in really good condition. The manual is as well. So that completes my trilogy of the Tasmanian Tiger games, which was made by Chrome Studios. I've said it before in other videos, that Chrome Studios, is based here in my hometown of Brisbane. They did the remaster of this game. They actually did a crowdfunding to try and raise money so they can do the remaster of the Tasmanian Tiger 2, which would be great. So I look forward to hopefully playing those remasters one day. I love to see them come physical. Now, another game that has been considered a cult classic for quite a while, and you know, I walked into EB Games over the last decade or so, I guess you could say, looking at this game, but putting it down because even secondhand it was really expensive, and that's Catherine. Like I said, this game was really expensive, even secondhand in EB Games, around about $49. So I never really picked up that game, but I paid $20 for this game, and it's got a reversible cover. This game has got a cult following. It has been, I guess, remastered on the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and even on the Nintendo Switch. I haven't had a chance to look at this game, play this game, but I guess because you know, word of mouth got around what a unique and bizarre game this is by Atlas. So happy to finally to find this, and it's got everything in here, the manual, and also the game disc is in pristine condition. But fantastic to have this one in the collection finally. Now another game that I walked into a Salvation Army store, and this game was $5, and I'm like, that's got to be, something's got to be wrong with it. It's got the manual, the disc is there, it's in really good condition, and it's Star Fox Adventures. Recently picked up the GameCube, and slowly I've been trying to hunt down some games. It's really hard here in Australia to find GameCube games on the cheap. Everything is so expensive. I'm looking for like the Star Wars Rogue Squadron games. There's a few other things out there. I'm looking for some of the Sega games. So to pick up Star Fox Adventures. Now back in the day, my mate had the GameCube, so that's how I knew about Wind Waker and also Star Fox Adventures. I did play this on his GameCube, and it still wasn't enough to justify me back then to get a GameCube, but I did enjoy this game. So happy days to pick that up and such a cheap price as well. And I just recently went to another store, as like a secondhand store, Lifeline. I did find some games, some PlayStation games, 360, Xbox One, but it wasn't anything there that really interests me. And even Hannah Montana on the Nintendo DS, that was not something I was not going to pick up. But yeah, it's just really hard for us to go around to these secondhand stores and find stuff. It's just getting really hard, and prices are just going up on those games. So really happy to pick up what I got there. Now a game that I keep hearing so much about, and I finally got it, and I don't know if I'm going to have enough time, 120 hours I guess, to invest in this game, but it is Persona 5. I have played the Persona games on the Nintendo 3DS, and I think it was Persona Q, which I loved. That was a great game. I haven't got the second one on the Nintendo 3DS, but I definitely need to find that one at a cheap price. I think sometimes it pops up on Oz Game Shop. So you know, I'm not, you know, I know a bit about this series, but I never played this one on the PlayStation 4. I haven't even had a chance to install it into into PlayStation 4, but you know, what I've seen, what I've read, what I've been told, it's a really good game. And where am I going to find time to invest 120 hours into it? I don't know, but we'll find out one day. Now another game that I really wanted to get back in the collection, just because I had the bonus disc, and I know back in the day I probably would have sold the main game but kept the bonus disc, and that was for Quake 4. Now I had to search everywhere to find Quake 2. Like I said, this is the one I kept. I got rid of Quake 4 so many years ago, but Quake 2 was one of my favorite games ever, and to have this all back together in one bundle was great. Now Quake 4 itself, I never really liked this game. I mainly got it because it did come with Quake 2, and I played Quake 2 on PC all those years ago. I loved it. So that was the main reason why I got it. And yeah, it's all back in its bundle. I may go back to try Quake 4 again, but what I remember of it, it wasn't what I loved about Quake 2. And yeah, but it's all back together now, all together, so I'm not going to lose the disc again. I seriously had to search high and low in this games room to find Quake 2, the bonus disc for it, and I picked up, I think I paid about $20 just for this one. It didn't come with the bonus disc, but because it was the UK cover, I had to get it, and it's really in good condition for a game that old. Now finally, to finish this off, is a game I picked up on sale from EB Games for $29, was God Eaters 3. Now I played these games back on the PlayStation Vita, so I do know about this series. It's been a long time since I played one of the God Eater games. I think there is one on Nintendo Switch. I'll have to double check that, but I think there is. So it was a great series, and I'm gonna have to find time to sit down and play this one. I don't really know that much about it. I know you can customize your own characters and stuff like that, high-speed action. So for $29, I couldn't pass up on this one. Normally this one was selling for $59, and this is second hand, and it still looks in really good condition. So that's what I picked up for the month of February 2021. Some great stuff here going back to the original Xbox, and I continue my quest to rebuild for some of these older consoles, and it's just getting so hard these days to try and find this stuff. Anything I can find, like these games and Star Fox, I consider that this to be a real bonus to be able to find stuff like this in this day and age here in my hometown, because everything is just pick dried. There's nothing out there, and when it is, it's snapped up pretty quickly. So I'm considering myself really lucky to get this for the price I got it for. So that's it. Until next month with my next pickups. I don't know what I've got yet. I haven't even started thinking about that. But yeah, until then, bye.